The bill be read for the third time in terms of the provision of House Rule 170. I move accordingly on our screen.
Thank you, Honorable MEC Elisa Kwanda. So, let's move. Honorable Lydia.
Thank you, Speaker. I like to second the bill as read by the Honorable MEC Scott. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Third reading of the Limpopo Adjustment Appropriation Amendment Bill B01/2024. We shall now adopt schedule by schedule of the bill. Those who agree will say yes, and those who disagree will say no. Schedule 1, appropriation of adjusted amount of money.
Yes.
Schedule 2, amendment of schedule.
Yes.
Schedule 3, short title.
Yes.
We shall now adopt vote by vote of the bill. Those who agree again will say yes, and those who disagree will say no. Vote 1, Office of the Premier.
Yes.
Vote 2, Limpopo Legislature.
Yes.
Vote 3, Education.
Yes.
Vote 4, Department of Agriculture and Rural Development.
Yes.
Vote 5, Department of Provincial Treasury.
Yes.
Vote 6, Department of Economic Development, Environment and Tourism.
Yes.
Vote 7, Department of Health.
Yes.
Vote 8, Department of Transport and Community Safety.
Yes.
Vote 9, Department of Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure.
Yes.
Vote 10, Department of Sports, Arts and Culture.
Yes.
Vote 11, Department of Commerce.
Yes.
Vote 12, Department of Social Development.
Yes.
And we shall now call upon the Secretary to read the short title.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. This act is called the Limpopo Adjustment Appropriation Amendment Act 2024. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Secretary. We shall now go to item 7.2. Second reading, presentation of budget votes and schedule of the Limpopo Appropriation Bill 2024 B02/2024. And we shall now call upon the MEC for Transport and Community Safety, Honorable MEC Razian.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for
of the Provincial Legislature, the Deputy Speaker, colleagues in the Executive Council under the leadership of Premier Stanley Kumachavata, the Chief Whip and Deputy Chief Whip of our Legislature, the Chairperson and members of the Portfolio Committee of Transport and Community Safety, the Chair of Chairs and Deputy Chair of Chairs, honorable members of this august House, the HOD of the Department of Transport and Community Safety, Mr. Stephen Machena, and the entire management. The management of South African Police Services in Limpopo, under the stewardship of the Provincial Commissioner, Lieutenant Thembi Kadebe, the CEO of GAN, Memo Khanji, pastors in our midst, the leadership of the department's fraternal organization, the South African National Taxi Council, the National Taxi Alliance, the Road Traffic Management Corporation, and the leadership of the South African National Small Bus Operators Council, the chairpersons of the Community Policing Forums and Community Safety Forums, our distinguished guests, and government officials in the public gallery, the people of our beloved Limpopo province, who are accessing this sitting through various platforms, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, blessed morning to all of you. Honorable Speaker, this being a year of elections, which happens on the 30th anniversary of our democratic state, it is imperative that we must start from where it all began. In doing so, it will be impossible not to draw on the inspiration from the fond memories and guidance of our forebears who laid foundation stone to the freedom and democracy we enjoy today. The memory and spirit of Tata Nelson Mandela, Albertina Sisulu, Mam Lilian Ngoyi, Bitan Chageleng, Elias Mutwaleti, AP Joyce Mashamba, Parapara Mutubi, and many other gallant freedom fighters on whose shoulders we stand, remain a singular lodestar to the future we seek for our children. As descendants of these great heroes and heroines, the great grandchildren of King Sikukuni, Makado, Mumunyani, and others who resisted conquest and dispossessions, we commit ourselves, Honorable Speaker, never to betray their legacy. In their names and in the name of the cause for which they dedicated their lives, we promise to stay true to the ideals of our battle call by forever emulating their vigor and indomitable spirit. As we conclude what was an illustrious term of office, it can only be correct that we use the significance of this occasion to highlight the strides that have been underscored since 1994. I invite you, honorable members, to join me in this journey as I try to narrate the road we have traversed together and how we negotiated its high-pitched bends and descending slopes together. As I begin doing so, allow me to replicate what the Honorable Premier Chukuma Tabata did on the occasion of his State of the Province address, when he reminded all of us about the decisive steps which this ANC government took since 1994. In the face of high levels of squalor and dilapidation, we found upon taking the reins of power. May I again remind you that we took over government in 1994 at a time when all of its focus and services were dedicated and tilted in favor of the white minority. Through sheer force of legislative power and to work inclusively for the benefit of all its citizens, black and white. Honorable Speaker, it is not a secret that during apartheid, the majority of government services were tailor-made to benefit the chosen minorities. Hence, we are not surprised that to this day, they still have what sense of entitlement and will do everything possible in their powers to cast doubt and aspersion on the commitment of this government to serve our people. In the past 30 years, we have connected more households to the electricity grid than the apartheid government had in the more than 300 years that it ruled this country. Today, we are confronted with power generation challenges only because we have increased the access to electricity for the majority of our citizens. This was a privilege only for white people. We have widened water provision to our communities like never before. And where there are challenges, we are always the first to interface with our communities to untie possible bottlenecks. The narrative of creating an equal society has also helped us in the fight against gender-based violence and femicide, because our children are no more viewing the world through the eyes of masculinity. During his State of the Nation address, President Cyril Ramaphosa impressed upon us the several measures that government has introduced to combat gender-based violence and femicide, and how it provides better support for survivors of such violence. We are gradually eradicating gender stereotyping, not as an act of favor towards women, but because we believe in the fundamental ethos of social justice. Like never before, our collective actions have led to a greatly transformed public service in terms of gender. As today we have more females occupying senior management positions in both government and parastatals. Over time, the number of women lawmakers have also increased the same levels of tranquility. Indeed, we shall overcome. Honorable Speaker, we are not only good storytellers who craft speeches to narrate and soothe the ears of our listeners, but we are notable implementers of change in the lives of our people. Our service delivery record speaks volume. It's unmeasurable and second to none. When we make promises, we will sure deliver at the right time to the deserving citizens, at the right cost to government. Our efforts of building an inclusive economy were hugely undermined and dealt a severe blow by the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are still reeling from this disruption, and just like many other tribulations that we have endured, this one too we overcome. Honorable Speaker, last year we came in this August House to give an account as the Department of Transport and Community Safety on how we intended to serve the people of Limpopo. Today, almost a year later, we have convened in this legislature precinct to report back to our people about the strides we made in our resolve of creating safer roads and communities. With an estimated allocation of 2.611 billion, which is a reflection of a growth of 5.1% from the 2023-2024 financial year. This department has been charged with the mandate of overseeing and managing the Gateway Airport Authority Limited, coordinate public transport operations, promote road safety, and supervise police functions in the province. Honorable Speaker, the increase in the 2024-2025 allocation is an intervention mechanism to inject funds into the bus subsidies program and assist the Gateway Airport Authority Limited in its management of the Limpopo International Airport and adjacent facilities in the province. As the main contributor to the provincial revenue, MEC Treasurer, we envisage to collect in excess of 2.794 billion over the 2024 medium-term expenditure. The inception of the new registering authorities in Liparale, Ulukwani, Makado, and Zanini will be a jack in the arm towards the realization of this goal. We are alive to the challenges that are confronting. We are alive to the challenges that are confronting our people of poverty, inequality, and unemployment. And we have tailored our programs to wage a battle against these anomalies. We have made a special provision of 25 million for the expanded public works program as a way of fending our people against poverty and unemployment. As a department, we have curated a myriad of EPWP opportunities in the field of records management, road safety ambassadors, young civilians and patrol, and the crime prevention through environmental design program as a way of creating employment for our youth. We made a huge dent against unemployment, and we can only hope that the living wages drawn from these programs will help our young people to look for other jobs or develop themselves further. Now I'm coming to the programs of the department, starting with Program 1, which is administration. Honorable Speaker, with an allocation of 600 million, this program is a heartbeat of the department as it oversees its day-to-day management. operators across the province. We are sustaining our relations with the South African National Taxi Council because we are alive to our commitment of ensuring a peaceful taxi industry. It is through these good relations that we have maintained with the taxi industry that have yielded a positive tranquility in the industry thus far. Honorable Speaker, may I dare reiterate that the issuing of new operating licenses is dependent and directed on the conclusion of integrated transport plans by municipalities, Honorable Magam. These plans spell out demand and the supply imperatives, modes of transport, networks and flows, terminals, economic nodes, including route descriptions, which are informed by the actual movement of people and goods within a defined municipal area. For more route-based operating licenses to be issued, it is therefore critical for all municipalities to speedily conclude their integrated transport plans. And we are therefore making a clear call to municipalities to set aside resources to prioritize the development of their integrated transport plans. For the 2024-2025 financial year, we have allocated an amount of 5 million to assist Maruleng local municipality in the Mopani district to develop its integrated transport plan. We have also received financial assistance from the National Department of Transport to develop plans for the Greater Sukuni District Municipality. This must be concluded before the end of March 2025. A process is underway between us and the Bulupani municipality because they have also approached the department with a view to finalize their integrated transport plan processes. We will work hand in glove with all municipal councils in the province to finalize this process because they are the planning authorities. Program 3, which is transport regulation. The budget for this program, Honorable Speaker, increases to 881 million, which represents a growth of 3.7% for the 2024-25 financial year. This growth caters for the expanded public works, social sector grants to fund the stipend for point duty officers, revenue enhancement projects, revitalization of the Limpopo Traffic College, and the revamping of the K53 projects in Sishihu and Koyando. Our core mandate as the department is to promote and ensure road safety for road users. Honorable Speaker, we have decreased road fatalities by 9% from 1,288 in 2021-2022 to 1,164 in 2022-2023. And we are hopeful that this number will drastically reduce as we conclude our report for the 2023-2024 financial year. But I must forthrightly register our concern, Honorable Speaker, in this August House, that we have seen a spike in the number of passengers and pedestrians that are becoming victims of road accidents. This is a worrying observation, and as the department, we shall be amplifying and heightening our road safety messages towards passengers and pedestrians as they are the hardest hit members of our society. We have also seen a pattern of motorists who wantonly fail to stop after hitting pedestrians on our roads. We have adopted a strategy of placing traffic officials on a systematic intervals to ensure maximum police visibility as a way of mitigating against road fatalities. Our attempts continue to yield results, but there are some unfortunate instances where human behavior by road users defeat our efforts. We have multiple crashes that led to numerous fatalities in this previous financial year, and most of them are as a result of human behavior. Speeding accounts to the majority of crashes on our roads, which means that some of these crashes were avoidable. Sometimes around September 2023, we lost over 20 lives at once in an accident that involved workers of the Venetia mine in Musina. There have been several others which resulted in multiple fatalities, and what is more saddening is that some of the incidents, family members perished together. In the 2023-2024 financial year alone, we have conducted over 13,000 speed operations, over 3,000 drunken driving operations, and over 600,000 vehicles were weighed at our weight bridges. Honorable Speaker, we are a department at work, and we have stopped over 2 million vehicles on the provincial roads to ensure that they adhere to the traffic regulations and their drivers are also fit for purpose. To ensure compliance with the National Road Act number 93 of 1996, we have conducted 450 compliance inspections in all the testing centers. Our road safety campaigns are putting concerted effort on interaction with schools. We have conducted over 4,700 awareness campaigns in the 2023-24 financial year to educate road users about road safety, to improve the living condition of traffic officers undergoing training at Limpopo Traffic College. We have completed the construction of the 37-bed Block B dormitory. Progress on the block, kitchen and canteen is also underway, and we have also impressed upon the contractor the importance of having these facilities concluded timelessly. The department will continue to implement the National Traffic Contravention Management System to capture traffic summons. An amount of 8 million has been set aside for the implementation of technology in traffic law enforcement. This innovation, Honorable Speaker, includes the utilization of handheld devices, which will be linked to the National Traffic Contravention Management System. In other words, officers will no longer issue traffic summons by hand. Instead, they will use gadgets, which will automatically transfer the information to the system. This will eliminate human errors, possible acts of corruption, and will also reduce the time spent to capture the infringement notice. We will also implement a program called the Radar Speed Solution in all the major provincial roads. This solution will be omnipresent. It will capture speed without officers and will increase voluntary compliance by motorists. We are in the process of appointing an additional 128 road safety ambassadors who will be deployed to minimize pedestrian accidents and assist in alleviating traffic congestion in busy intersections. This will add to the current 178 to make the total number of road safety ambassadors to 306 throughout the province. In monetary terms, we have set aside close to 13 million for the finalization of the block Block C, dormitory, the kitchen, and the canteen at the Limpopo Traffic College. An additional 25 million has also been set aside for the construction of the K53 centers in Poyando and Sicily. 6 million has also been allocated for the continuous maintenance of all traffic facilities with the Province Bridge, Way Bridge, and the Palale Provincial Traffic Station, getting the bulk of this allocation. Program number 4, which is the last program. The program increases, Honorable Speaker, from 56.6 million in 2003 to 63.7 million in 2024-25, which represents a growth of 12.6%. This program monitors and oversees the effectiveness and efficiency of the South African Police Service and how it administers its compliance with the Domestic Violence Act and reacts to incidents of gender-based violence. The allocation caters for the stipends of the community structures such as community police and safety forums, crime prevention through environmental design, and non-civilians on patrols. These stipends are funded through additional grants and equitable shares. The department has on its records over 400 young civilians on patrol distributed throughout the province at all police stations. This is an expanded public works program whereby the young people conduct patrols in their respective residential and business areas under the supervision of the South African Police Service members. Honorable Speaker, an amount of 4.5 million was budgeted for the project, and the participants received 400 per patrol as a stipend. We have also made an allocation of 3.161 million for the crime prevention through environmental design program. This program focuses on mitigation factors to eliminate security risks of environmental design. Honorable Speaker, the department also conducts regular crime awareness campaigns in the form of workshops throughout the province to address rural safety with emphasis on stop theft, drug abuse, and crime against vulnerable groups. Together with our community structures, we continue to wage a ferocious war against drug trade and use with our communities. The only way to nab drug peddlers is to share ground with community structures, such as community police and safety forums, in order to identify the traders and intercept their operations. Through the assistance of these structures, the police have registered impressive successes and have arrested numerous kingpins, and the conviction rate is also notable. Our fight against gender-based violence will never cease until we record a complete state of zero occurrence where women and children will always feel safe. until we reach a state of no fatalities on our road. To the leadership of the South African Police Service, I want to say I salute you. Since I joined the Department of Transport and Community Safety, you were always available to give support and to render services in such a way that we give the best to the people who voted us to power. Honorable Speaker, pending that, we will have to keep on keeping on. And to my family, my husband, Apostle Aziongi Sister Mirazirani, and our children, you remain the wind beneath my wings. We operate by hope and faith for a better tomorrow, Honorable Speaker. As long as we have hope, we shall not despair. And relying on our commitment of building a better life for our people. When everything seems hopeless, hope becomes our only strength. There is no medicine like hope, no incentive so great, no tonic so powerful as an expectation of something tomorrow. Great hope makes great men and women. Hope is praying for rain, but faith is bringing on umbrella. Honorable Speaker, I therefore table this budget vote 8 of the Limpopo Provincial Department of Transport and Community Safety for the 2024-2025 financial year. I thank you and may God bless South Africa.
Thank you very much. The budget speech for vote 8, Department of Transport, Community Safety is referred to the Portfolio Committee on Transport for consideration and to report back to the House. Let's proceed to item 7.2.2. And we shall now call upon the MEC for Economic Development, Environment and Tourism, Honorable MEC Monama.
Speaker of the Legislature, Mayor Rosemary Malato, the Deputy Speaker of our Legislature, Honorable Chief Paul Martinez, Honorable Premier of our province, Natasha Hussein Matabata, Leader of the Government Business, Honorable Selva Sekwati Kabiba, fellow honorable members of the Executive Council, the Chief Whip of the Majority Party, Honorable Yasop Mokonyana, Honorable Deputy Chief Whip, Dr. Spudu Monica Machari, Chair of Chairs, Honorable Mbome Sarah Nyamani, and Honorable Deputy Chair of Chairs, Honorable Ori Chair Selani, Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Economic Development, Environment and Tourism, Honorable Mapuria Atamungala, Honorable members of this August House, leaders of various opposition parties, our esteemed district and local mayors present, district council, speakers, chief whips present, leadership of the ruling party, the African National Congress, our esteemed traditional leaders, Your Royal Highness, the Director General and all heads of department present, the Provincial Commissioner, the Provincial Service Commission, Mr. Madegula Elasconia, the Provincial Commissioner of South African Police Service General, chairpersons and board members of the public entities, Limpopo Economic Development Agency, Limpopo Gambling Board, and Limpopo Tourism Agency, chairperson and board members of our subsidiary public entities that we have in Limpopo under the area of jurisdiction of the Department of Economic Development, Environment and Tourism, the head of department and accounting authority, Mr. Isaiah Madozi-Adum, and the platoon of executive management and Kellon, SABC regional manager, Mr. Obama, chief of the organized business and labor agents of industry, members of the media, both print and electronic, Limpopo, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Imachironi, Awisheni, Tovela, Silochi, wonderful but not insurmountable. If this is not an exceptional talent, then the minimum qualities give you unassailable credibility and unimpeachable integrity. This world needs people like you who are principled and selfless, who act very to the people and the organization they serve. Strategist, extraordinary, Eureka intellectual, and consummate academic. Farewell, Master Judge, and had a baby on her back, was tried by a lightning. On the way to fetch some water, she tried hiding under the tree to save her child. Poor woman had no place to go. Lightning caught her with a baby on her back. Friends and relatives ran for her. It was too late for Mama. It is in this context, honorable members, that we need to ask ourselves important and relevant question: what if Brenda Fassie was still alive and had an opportunity to compose a song about majority in this country? Will she still write the same lyrics and rhythms? The answer is without doubt no. The story of Tinzales and the lyrics of Brenda Fassie's song are two sides of the same coin. The bad as created by the atrocious apartheid system and success and opportunities brought by the ANC-led government, which qualitatively changed the lives of ordinary people for better. The ANC-led government is poised for development trajectory that reflects the steady progress in infrastructure investment, building cohesive, sustainable and caring communities with improved access to social amenity, which is a precursor for sustainable livelihood. This budget speech must be understood in the context of that we have comprehensively identified the substantial progress that the ANC-led government has made since 1994 democratic breakthrough, as well as the overarching challenges that still need to be overcome, as well as bringing concrete intervention measures in meeting the objectives of rolling back the quagmire of the triple challenges which are poverty, unemployment, and inequality. This budget speech cannot be defined by hope alone, but evidence of the ANC government at work and inaction. It is this government that brought hope to the hopeless, but the same government that humbles itself that a lot still needs to be done to complete the cause of freedom, as Fladama, the former chairman of the Council of the People's Commissars of the Soviet Union, always reminded us, only he who never does anything never makes mistake. Close quotes. Albert Einstein is on record as having said, everything that is really great and inspiring is created by individuals who can live by freedom. Nothing is as precious as one's freedom. Dreams, aspirations, one does not have the freedom to pursue them. Honorable members, in terms of the programs under the economic development, the department is explicitly outlining the multi-pronged turnaround strategy of propelling our province to the highest socio-economic trajectory and accelerating our economic recovery through Limpopo socio-economic recovery plan and industrial master plan by implementing economic reforms aimed at creating sustainable jobs and driving inclusive growth. Hence, the provincial economy showed good resilience in the last 2 quarters of 2023, and it is expected to continue with this growth performance. According to the latest quarterly labor force survey released by the Statistics South Africa, Limpopo province recorded a decrease of 1.5 percentage point in official unemployment from 30.8% to 30.3% between September 2023 and December 2023. Although this is a drop in the ocean, given the mild and the plethora and the portfolio of economic challenges we face, it presents a glimmer of hope. Tomorrow will indeed be better than yesterday. Limpopo led the pack on the economic recovery from the devastating impact of the COVID-19 trajectory is steadily changing for the better, and it must be underpinned by our people acting together to intensify the reconstruction and the recovery program. Ladies and gentlemen, it must be stated that small, medium, and micro enterprises play a key role in the economic growth of any country. It is a fact that most, if not all, well progressive economies are succeeding off the backbone of SMMs. SMMs help to improve the standard of living and extricating individual families and communities out of abject poverty. In the year under review, the department committed 10 million towards the support of SMMs and cooperatives in an endeavor to strengthen entrepreneurship ecosystem in the urban, township, and rural areas. We are fully committed to the implementation of the Limpopo township and rural economy and the cooperative plan. To this end, we have expended 500,000 on the township and rural business strategy benefiting 100 entrepreneurs across the 5 districts in the province. The department is also mainstreaming the coordination of enterprise development and support where collaboration with the public and private enterprises development is prioritized. The department also concluded a partnership in line with the social compact that the President Ramaphosa has signed with the private sector. That Coca-Cola beverage of South Africa, with the aim of implementing the business in a box program. Through this program, 52 youth-owned enterprises were supported with mobile kitchens, fully finished wood stock, equipment, tools to strengthen their retail business. Honorable members, in the 2024-2025 financial year, the department will continue with the designed Limpopo township and rural business support to strengthen and empower local enterprises, SMMEs and cooperatives with access to funding opportunity and business operating equipment to increase their capacity to conduct their business more efficiently and effectively. We will support 100 entrepreneurs in pursuits and in pursuit in Limpopo township and rural business support program. The department will continue mainstreaming the coordination of enterprise development institutions to liberate available resources from both the public and the private sector to contribute towards the support of local entrepreneurs with emphasis on the targeted groups who are youth, women, and people with disability, and our military veterans. Furthermore, the department will continue to collaborate with Coca-Cola Beverage of South Africa and support 40 enterprises from the township and rural areas in the next year. The department also conceptualized a program designed for youth graduating technical skills and aspire to pursue entrepreneurial ambition. The impetus on the implementation of this program is on leveraging available resources, both technical and financial, from all relevant stakeholders, inclusive of institutions of higher learning, TVET, universities, and technical training institutions, development finance institutions, and enterprise development institutions. In our endeavor and in our efforts to capacitate and develop our local government, because it's at the cold face of service delivery, the department initiated the LED Capacity Building Program in collaboration with South African Local Government Association, SALGA, municipalities and the University of Johannesburg to empower LED practitioners, your municipal councillors and officials in Limpopo, with the requisite economic development acumen to effectively develop and support enterprises to contribute towards growing the economy. This will continue in the 2024-2025 financial year with the additional LED practitioners standing to benefit and to derive benefits out of these concrete interventions that we have employed. As Speaker, according to the state essay, Provincial Growth and Development Plan Experimental estimated release in September 2023, the provincial economy grew by 1% in 2022. The province's economic contribution to the national economy grew from 7.1% in 2018 to 7.7% in 2022. This is a positive sign of growth and improvement, and as a province, we are optimistic that the long-term industrialization measures put in place will continue to yield better results and a desired change in the structure of our economy. Honorable Speaker, cognizance should be taken that the province held a successful 10th edition of its investment conference, which is aimed at promoting and encouraging and optimizing private sector investment in the province by crowding in and valuing in the private sector in terms of the economic investment opportunities that are there. The partnership with the private sector is critical in the realization of an industrialized and inclusive economy. The conference achieved investment pledges amounting to 37.4 billion by the private sector to propel our provincial economy to a higher growth path. This investment covers mining, manufacturing, energy, health, and agro-processing, ICT, infrastructure, and property development. We are pleased to report the Global Solar Farm, which pledged at 2.4 billion, we have already given them EIA for them to roll out that program. PowerJet's NSD at 5 billion, Samango Growth Solar Energy Plant at 2 billion, the Parallel Solar Plant at 1.5 billion, and also we are adding the Limpopo Academic Hospital, which has a multiplier effect in terms of the economy of the state and the economy of the scope by investing 4 billion in the provincial fiscal to turn and transform the socio-economic landscape of our province. The province is well in progress towards the refurbishment of industrial hubs. In addition, we are committing 49 million towards the refurbishment of the industrial park, but also the development of the Seshego Digital Hub. There is a hive of activities in Seshego Digital Hub to realize this, and the work will be completed by the end of this calendar year. We take pride in the province as it will assist us to close the digital divide that we have, but also to serve as a training center for community members, as a cutting-edge innovation in our province, but also to provide access to information and communication technology and enable incubation for many young entrepreneurs operating in the ICT sector. Unlocking of all blockages like the approval approval of EIAs, and the township establishment processes, which are quite cumbersome and protected, is creating a conducive environment for the rollout and the ramping up of Musina Makate and Fetafogu towards special economic zones. These are the catalytic projects which seek to diversify the economy and to reverse the decline of the local manufacturing, and most importantly, promote industrialization through the deeper level of localization and export. In terms of the Musina Makate special economic zone, the designation phase is completed and has begun with the implementation of bulk infrastructure projects, such as your internal roads and stormwater on the north side. Despite the teething and intractable challenges, the entity is working around the clock to ensure that bulk infrastructure is put in place and ready for any investors who wanted to locate in that special economic zone. And June 2023-2024 financial year, Musina Makate Special Economic Zone initiated the implementation of internal roads and stormwater projects at a total budgeted value of 200 million. During the 2024-2025 financial year, the following multi-year project will be implemented. Thus, we are construction of the electricity materials, we are bulk electricity infrastructure, internal roads and stormwater, bulk water infrastructure and bulk supply, the construction of the security perimeter. First, the estimated value of this project is 760 million, and 300 million is allocated for the financial year 2024-2025 financial year. Bulk infrastructure development and the Limpopo Industrial Park is at the beginning stage. The entity commenced with the technical and financial assessment with preliminary due diligence process on the investment. Companies keen to locate on the SEZ land, because this is a plug and play type of investment. It's a brownfield field investment. Currently, there are about 37 companies on the investment pipeline with a combined investment value of approximately 56.6 billion. We have since submitted a business case to DTIs for the situation of the Limpopo Industrial Park so that it becomes a full-fledged special economic zone. The engagement with the mining equipment manufacturers of South Africa to build manufacturing plant to produce mining equipment will create tens and thousands of jobs, as well as the supply base to more than 55 platinum group metals mines in the province. And these special economic zones are tailor-made to ensure that the province becomes a honeycomb that attracts investors from the far and the wide. As economic game changers, these mega high-impact projects will certainly change the socio-economic landscape of our province. It is through these projects that we will succeed in our aspiration of beneficiating the minerals that are now exported in Limpopo in various products such as stainless steel, battery parts, and energy products. It is not waiting also for honorable members to mention that Limpopo has a competitive advantage in mining, agriculture, and tourism, which is an untapped and veteran potential. Has a competitive advantage of also having industrial parks that are busy revamping up for industrial revitalization. This industrial park remains breeding ground for industrialists. The industrial park will assist us to respond to the economic disruption and restore the economy to inclusive growth through the revitalization and expansion of broadband access to low-income households and the youth entrepreneur. The department runs what we call a manufacturing support center through the Limpopo Tooling Initiative, which is situated in Kwangua Industrial Park. The center is equipped with state-of-the-art machinery to develop tooling skills aimed at broadening and strengthening the manufacturing sector. In the previous financial year, the center managed to develop 10 apprentices to become qualified artisans. And in the coming financial year, 6 apprentices will be capacitated to become 2 G and 9 artisans. You are guided by the wise way of American Abraham once said, always bear in mind that the people are not fighting for ideas, for things in anyone's head. They are fighting to win material benefits, to live better and in peace, to see their lives go forward, to guarantee the future of their children through schools. All these structures, the Limpopo Provincial Liquor Board Appeal, Tribunal and Liquor authorities are duly constituted and operational. And in 2024-2025, over the MTEP period, the department will continue the education and awareness on the so-called permits, which were not there in the previous dispensation, and which were introduced by the Limpopo Liquor Act of 2009 as amended, by the Limpopo Liquor Amendment Act of 2015. Also, education and awareness on the conversion of old liquor licenses, which were issued in terms of the National Liquor Act 27 of 1989. So corresponding licenses issued in terms of the Liquor Act. Establishment and functioning of the Limpopo Provincial Liquor Council to deal with any regulatory matter concerning the liquor industry and liquor licenses in the province. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on course with the implementation of the Limpopo Business Registration Act 5 of 2003. The Limpopo Business Regulations to encourage legalities of the operations and compliance with the applicable laws and principles. In line with this act, the MEC responsible for it is responsible to assign and designate municipalities as business registration centers in the province. Today, a total of 18 of the 22 local municipalities have been designated as such. The continuous engagement is taking place in the remaining 4 municipalities that are not yet designated as business registration centers, such as Polokwane, Mogalakwena, Fetago, Tubas, and Lupe. This will assist them in the enhancement of the lead of the business to generate their revenue. And that's an opportunity that they have to see so that they are able to protect. That the assignment as business registration centers will then assist them in improving the regulatory. As all of us, we record the fact that there are some story record proliferation of the sponsor shop in our township, and there is no control. And if this power is devolved to municipality, they are at a better place for regularization and so forth. So in 2024-2025 financial year, and over the MTEP budget, the department will continue to engage in 5-4, and however, there has been an insignificant decline in development projects finalized in 2022 and 2023 financial year. The province has, however, maintained its strength in respect of development investment projects estimated at approximately 15 billion pesos to the economy, with a potential to create 1,500 jobs. Honorable members, the department completed the development of integrated waste management plans for 7 local municipalities. Thus, you are different Morale, Makuta, Bele, Bubu, Mogalakwena, Tulamela, Messina. This initiative will continue to strengthen the support of local municipalities to meet their service delivery obligation on integrated waste management. Furthermore, to enhance licensing of municipal landfill sites, the department is at the advanced phase of development of engineering design. So the cost of approximately 28 million rand. The Mogalakwena, Ifran Mogale, Palale, Tulamela, and Wapalawa local municipalities are beneficiaries of this program. All these municipalities will be responsible for the construction phase of the landfill. In the 2023-2024 financial year, the department implemented the Greenest Municipal Competition program, which has calculated waste management conservation, landscape tree planting and beautification. The following municipalities were rewarded for their participation and contribution to the project. Thus, Collins Chaban, which obtained Hosien 3, Hosien 2, that's Greater Zanini local municipality, and Hosien 1 was Polokwane local municipality, which also have a financial implications that we have allocated for them to continue with this type of project. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, the department is also committed to improve ambient air quality management, thus having identified projects geared towards improved functionality of ambient air quality monitoring station and Alabora Steel Board and Mosina, as required in terms of the National Environmental Management Air Quality Act. The department has committed financial resources to support local authorities in their air quality management program. This includes the capitalization of their ambient air quality monitoring station in Sekhukhune and Mobile district municipalities. Additionally, the department is progressing well with the supply, installation, and operationalization, including the maintenance of the monitoring stations in Capricorn, Vembe, and Waterberg district municipalities. The province is also at an advanced stage toward the finalization of the review of its air quality management plan, the process which will be concluded by the end of this very same financial year, 2023-2024. By fully implementing that program, honorable members, you also, in 2023 calendar year, this department was declared as the best department in the whole Republic of South Africa in terms of tourism, promotion and programs. The environmental management inspectors continue to ensure the realization of the constitutional rights of an environment that is not harmful to people's health and well-being and to protect the environment. The department conducted 2,240 compliance inspections, issued 302 administrative enforcement actions to date, and referred 42 environmental crime investigations to the National Prosecuting Authority for prosecution. The fight against the increasing poaching of rhinos, lions, pangolins, unsustainable exploitation of fauna and flora, non-compliance to environmental legislation and other environmental crimes remain high on the government agenda. The Department of Compliance and Enforcement activities in collaboration with other law enforcement agencies. Honorable members, biodiversity is globally identified as a cornerstone of the socio-economic growth and sustainable development as one of the mega biological diversity. Mechanisms in which biodiversity can suitably be used to transform the economy and deal with the social challenges of unemployment, poverty, and inequality. Since 2019 and 2020 financial year to date, the department has created over 900 jobs through the expanded public works program in 25 nature reserve and other service centers across the program. In addition, the department created approximately 200 work opportunities in the biodiversity and conservation space in collaboration with the Department of Forestry, Fishery and the Environment through the Sevenza program. Honorable members, the financial year of 2023 and 2024 saw the department implementing the revenue generating project wildlife resource within some of the provincial nature reserve. This is the form of construction of new 20-bed tourist chalets in Nelspruit Nature Reserve, new base camp facilities and water staff who can tirelessly work to protect our wildlife. The department at Magapan Drain, well-treated sites, your boardwalks, cave signage, office block and ablution facilities. Mwanyeri Nature Reserve, reception area, ablution block and picnic area. Muchachi Nature Reserve, water utility availability of bus passenger transport for the economic participation affordable but sustainable prices. Furthermore, GMT will be embarking on a public-private partnership, which is crucial for ensuring self-sustainability on the company. The entity will continue the implementation of the turnaround strategy to cement government intention to position GMT to achieve its mandate in providing the most reliable, affordable, and sustainable public transport for the people of Limpopo. To this end, there is a capital injection of 104 million rand to GMT for the acquisition of the new fleet during the 2024-2025 financial year. The board and the management of the entity will continue to monitor the implementation of the turnaround strategy with the aim of ensuring that utility becomes financially stable and sustainable. In the financial year 2024-2025, GMT will develop a business case to create empowerment opportunities for local small bus operators to provide commuter services in unserviced routes that are not contracted. The receiver housing finance, which is responsible for funding people for the access of houses for those who are too rich for your loan, what we call RDPs, and too poor to bonded market, has a relationship with Costa to ensure that they implement what we call the finance-linked individual subsidy program, whereby people who are able to access this funding and who are busy rolling out this program. So far, I think we are able to expend 10 million for people, not especially the missing money, that do not have that opportunity, because the private opportunity because of their indebtedness, given the life that I think we are all confronted with. In implementing the board's strategic direction, RCEMA entered into a partnership with the housing sector, not especially the Department of Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure in the province, so that we are able to manage their rental stock. And already I think we are at an advanced stage on the report, and we see just to put your situation. And we complete and we revamp that rental stock. And drawing that partnership will go a long way in ensuring that the requisite capacity that we have to receive housing finance, we are able, because we'll be able even to provide the due diligence on the rental stock, but also to develop a sustainable rental portfolio and the disposal strategy on some of the dilapidated stock that we have, but also to develop a receiver affordable special housing financing project and present a comprehensive business case to provincial treasury for additional funding, because we will be having a business case in terms of the business proposition that we are going to put across the country. The project will provide all government employees residing in public works, building, an opportunity to purchase those property as such affordable tailor-made financial packages through the administration of RCEMA, and thereby encouraging the home ownership. The Limpopo connection, that's one subsidiary of LEADER that we have, is embarking on an investment drive to secure and invoke the strategic equity partner to expand the broadband network footprint in the province. Today, we have identified two potential investment partners which have been subjected to due diligence, which, if I think everything else can be finalized, by the end of May, I think the person will be on site. The department under LEADER also, we have a subsidiary called the New Era Life Insurance. This is LEADER is the main shareholder, capitalized New Era Life at an amount of 15 million, ensuring that the minimum capital ratio is met to ensure a total turnaround in terms of payment of the claims that are there, but also to ensure that that insurance is in a sustainable financial stage to provide the necessary diverse of services that they are. And then we'll then implement what we call the turnaround strategy in Europe by appointing a strategic partner and capacitating the Paris Limpopo office, because now they are led by all the insurance companies that we have, but also entering into a short-term insurance industry and becoming partner in other financial services. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, Limpopo is endowed with mineral resources, but the fact of the matter is that we are confronted with the criminal phenomenon of illegal mining, otherwise called zamazamas, which is one within the mining communities, especially the platinum belt of Sukuru. The South African police service, the Sandal, Department of Home Affairs, are actively involved in what we call Operation Limpopo to combat the scourge of illegal mining activities affected by this criminal phenomenon. The most devastating effect is that the money generated out of this activity is not accounted for, has negative impact to the provincial fiscus because of non-payment of tax and levies, and is mostly used to fund illicit and money laundering activity, which pose a serious risk and threat to our national security. Honorable President, we, however, applaud the good work done by the task team responsible for illegal mining, which has so far reported considerable mining activities at Limpopo mine, which shall result in creating further employment opportunities for the nearest communities and the people of Limpopo. These two developments will contribute towards the creation of employment and economic development that will empower the communities where the operations are situated. One of the entities that we have is Limpopo Tourism Agency. Tourism is one of the sectors affected by the COVID, whose outbreak was felt most completely recovered from the unprecedented crisis of the COVID-19, which made destination Limpopo reaching and even exceeding the pre-pandemic arrivals and domestic trips. Ladies and gentlemen, it is however important to reflect that as Limpopo number one, we are number two, honorable Martin. Because this is an exponential opportunity of about 41.2 billion rands, which if the Limpopo is frequently visited, this is the money that can assist us in terms of plowing back and deal with the social amenities that are still lacking in the province. This is the best experience that I think is unforgettable, and people are encouraged. We need to forget to invest more on what we call the domestic tourism, because COVID has taught us that the international tourists are not reliable, because there were a lot of restrictions that were imposed. And as such, I think as Limpopo have made some inroads, and it's the home of the greater Limpopo Frontier Park, incorporating Limpopo, Mozambique, and Onareso National Park in Zimbabwe. Because this also provides what we call the cross-border execution. We pride ourselves with the various activities within the market. This has now given birth to another international forum, because the events are co-sanctioned by both Sunshine Talk and European Challenge Talk, which is our view is to boost the tourism in the country, in the province. These two international events are covered on their passport, channel reaching more than 35 countries and providing total and much-needed exposure and mileage, which boosts destination Limpopo as a brand. The entity has assisted 553 SMM between 2019 to date, and this has to be marketed. And we've also conducted about 21 domestic campaigns so that we are able to embark on an aggressive marketing strategy for Limpopo. And we are positioning ourselves to be a tourism destination of choice in the whole Republic of South Africa. And also, we took a conscious decision of the support for the 2 PSLTs that are there on the road in South Africa. You are all City and Skukune United, that we are giving them 1 million each, so that they are able to get the necessary support, because they are bringing tourists wherever and when they are playing. There are a lot of people in terms of the hospitality market that they are bringing, and a lot of people are benefiting out of that. But also they are raising the flag of the province, and that's the context in which we are supporting them. Limpopo Gaming Import. This is one of the flagship performance in Limpopo. Family, the board managed to achieve 100% of its performance target as by the end of the quarter, which has also exceeded the revenue target, which was adjusted upward because they are able to generate more revenue, 7% beyond the norm. And we are hoping that by the end of the third quarter already, they've collected or generated 75%. And we hope that they will exceed the budget, the target for the financial year. This is one entity that continuously makes us proud, because it was able to sustain their 3 audit during the 2022 and 2023 financial year. And we are collaborating with South African Responsible Gaming Foundation in promoting various awareness campaigns about responsible gaming and the treatment of individuals with gambling problems, including their families. Because responsible gaming also can cause some social ills, like raising of them. About aid, which create more job opportunities if they are operational. Ladies and gentlemen, we are also with the SARS and intelligence to see how best we can read out the illegal activities in this environment. So we're able to confiscate 698 illegal gambling machines with 116 suspects arrested. Also, there is this thing of online, illegal online, what we call internet gambling. That is very rare in our country, where the Limpopo Gambling Board also is collaborating with South African Responsible Gambling Foundation, whose role is treatment and counseling services to individuals who are disordered by this gambling and addiction, and provide such programs, public awareness for education. And most importantly, to educate the partners about the potential harmful effects of problem gambling, including training and wellness. The foundation also provides various research programs which we form our programs. We are also doing well in terms of our SIs. This industry, in terms of the upliftment of the socio-economic conditions of our people, we are focusing more on education. We are back to school. That's where we give people school uniforms, we are science equipment, and so forth. And the painting of the schools and the health facilities, and we are ECTs in the province. And so far, we have worked with Holybet, which has contributed 750,000 rand on the development programs, among others assisting in the boreholes and other projects, more especially on the historical disadvantaged communities. The licenses spent about 3.5 million so far by the end of January 2024, in plowing back to the communities which they are serving. In terms of the good governance, as funds Honorable Sukwati are being appropriated by the provincial frugal and prudent utilization of the public funds. That's where, in the spirit of the accountability ecosystem, we are happy to report that in 2023-2024 financial year, Limpopo Economic Development, Environment and Tourism has once managed to obtain a clean audit together with its own entities. You are a SEMA, you are Limpopo Game Board. I guess that the Masukamina is qualified. You will prefer more qualified. But in our case, I think we are doing well in terms of the accountability of the finances and the public resources. But over the oversight that we get from the portfolio committee and the chairperson and members of the SCOPA, they are the ones who make us to shine as the and we intend to sustain the status quo on the I know that you are also praying that you also got the good. And we wanted to continue with this trajectory. Ladies and gentlemen, for the year 2024-2025 financial year, this is the budget allocation that is allocated to the debt. The budget of 1.8 billion rands. For program administration, we are allocated 379 million rands. Integrated economic development services were allocated 978 million rands. Environmental affairs 398 million rands. Tourism 109 million rands. Limpopo tourism have legitimate expectation of improved livelihood and dignity. Therefore, we are collectively indebted to work tirelessly towards deepening efforts to transform the economic patterns of the present in order to realize the set vision for the next 5 years of the seventh administration and beyond, and to ensure that we place delivery at the center of transformation and development agenda. The reality is that things have significantly changed, and there is now an urgent need for us collectively to find meaningful ways within the tight fiscal space to boost the economy, to protect jobs, to curb poverty, while reducing inequality. Of course, we are subscribing to the wise words of our former President Thabo Mbeki, who once said, we are on course. Steadily, the dark clouds of despair are lifting and giving away to the system of hope. Our country, which for centuries have bled for thousands of wounds, is now progressing towards its healing through schools. Indeed, the obstacle that hindered our economy will soon fade away like a morning dew, disappearing into the air. We are the children of the great warrior men and women who has never cheated. We are uncomparable and we remain victorious in this battle of pushing back the frontiers of poverty and underdevelopment. I wish to extend my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Premier Honorable Matalata for the honor and the privilege bestowed on me as the member of the Executive Council of the Department of Economic Development and Environment and for his steady work, leadership and continuous support. As the Premier hand over the budget to the new Premier, I will always remain thankful and appreciate the steady work he has rendered to our province. In the words of Nelson Mandela, when leaving public office, he would say, thank you once more for your whole, for being steward of the public trust in our province. I'm also grateful to my colleagues in the Executive Council, especially in the economic cluster, who are committed to ensuring that inclusive socio-economic transformation and industrialization in Limpopo becomes a reality. Let me go. The portfolio Cultural Economic Development Environment Advisory led by the Chairperson of the and other members for the continuous and supportive oversight role that they provide over the department and its agencies. Let me also take this opportunity to thank the organization that I belong to, the Appropriation Congress, for bestowing me the privilege to start my responsibilities in the area of employment. I further want to extend my appreciation to the business fraternity for their silent financial commitment and support. I would like to thank heartily the head of the department, the accounting officer, Mr. Saving the people of our province. Honorable Deputy Speaker, I thank my family, especially my wife. Jamie's wife is waiting in court. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Consideration to report back to the House. We shall now call upon the Honorable MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture.
Thank you very much. In terms of statistics, South Africa 2022, women are more than men. So, Honorable Munama, next time I give you this challenge to say you must honor 2 or more wives. Speaker of our provincial legislature, Honorable Deputy Speaker of the Legislature, Honorable Sidera Matide, Honorable Premier Stellichi Kumatawata, Police in the Executive Council, Chief Whip of the Governing Party, Honorable Esop Mukonyan, Chair of Chairs, Honorable Munyamani, Deputy Chief Whip, Honorable Muchadi, leaders of the opposition political parties, chairpersons of various portfolio committees, esteemed members of this House, the Provincial Secretary of the Governing Body, in absentia the ANC, Musanda Ruben Magashi, heads of various departments and senior staff members, members of the various statutory and non-statutory side board speech of the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture is tabled during the month of March when the country is commemorating Human Rights Month under the theme 3 decades of respect for and promotion of human rights. This year's theme pays tribute to the basic democracy. The whole month of March is used to reflect on our achievement, to recall the ways of Nelson Mandela, who famously said, to deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. In the spirit of Human Rights Month, let us honor the sacrifices made in the struggle for freedom and dignity, reaffirming our commitment to the principles of equality, justice, and respect for basic human rights. Under the visionary leader of our state government, Limpopo has embraced the ethos of democracy as encapsulated in the words of former President Thabo Mbeki, who once stated that we pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continued bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. It is is within this framework of liberation and empowerment that we uphold the allocation of resources and the formulation of policies aimed at uplifting our communities. At the heart of our political agenda lies the recognition of our shared humanity and the commitment to building a society where every individual has the opportunity to thrive. As we commemorate 3 decades of democracy, let us heed the words of Oliver Tambo, who declares, "The fight for freedom must go until it is won, until our country is free and happy and peaceful. As part of the community of men, we cannot rest." Just as the late statesman Nelson Mandela again said, we know too well that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinians. The fight for freedom must go on until it is won. This year's theme, 3 decades of respect for and promotion of human rights, serves as a poignant reminder of our duty to uphold the values of freedom, dignity, and equality. Aligned with our commitment to good governance and transparent leadership, the budget allocation for the 2024-2025 financial year echo the sentiments expressed by creative industries, providing opportunities for artists, performers, and athletes to thrive and contribute to the province's economic vitality. In his State of the Province address, Premier Stanley Matabata underscored the ANC's commitment to harnessing the transformative power of sport, arts, and culture to build a more prosperous, united, and culturally vibrant Limpopo for all its residents. Budget allocations for 2024-25 financial year, the overall budget allocation to 827,099,000 rand. 2024 financial year, as a result of additional and provincial priorities allocations under equitable share and a slight, the budget comprises of equitable share allocation of 596,025,000 rand, which takes 22% of the overall budget to the amount of 231,074,000 rand that is allocated to contingent grants. Within the overall budget, administration has been allocated 200,270,000 rand. Cultural affairs getting 273,300,000 rand. While library and archive services have progressive 30 years in government, and since the department had been independent from the Department of Education, those who were there in 1999, this budget has been allocated in 2001-2002 financial year to 549 million rand, allocated in 2022-2023 financial year, and the 2024-2025 financial year is now sitting at the 827 million rand I just mentioned. The increase in the allocated budget implies the department is enabled to roll out more social cohesion and vision building programs, including mass participation in sporting activities. Over the past 20 years, the department collected more than 23.2 as part of its contribution towards the provincial revenue fund. The revenue collection over the years improved owing to the annual flagship Mapungwe Arts and Cultural Festival, which is the main source of revenue for the department. Madam Speaker, let me take you to the House through trade for the provision of services in all the programs. The department has once again obtained an unqualified audit opinion with matters for the 2023 audit period. The department is working tirelessly towards obtaining the unqualified audit outcome without matters. We are doing this through the implementation of the audit improvement plan together with the AFS preparation plan and the strengthening of the internal control system. Furthermore, for the year under review, the department has managed to pay 99.9% of the legitimate invoices within the prescribed 30 days period. This has contributed immensely towards the sustainability of small enterprises, young entrepreneurs, and cooperatives. In line with the provincial target, the department is planning to increase procurement spend on black-owned companies to 65%, women-owned companies to 45%, youth-owned companies to 30%, veterans at 2%. During the 2023-2024 financial year, the Department has committed to strengthening its human capacity through the filling of positions at senior management level. The Department is at an advanced stage of filling the posts at key management level, thus maximizing service delivery system. During the establishment of this department in the 2001 financial year, it had only 172 filled posts on approved structure with staff and district and head office. At the end of March 2024, the department's total workforce is constituted by 442 employees, which are permanently appointed. We are not resting as we approach the matter of employment as far as our department is concerned. Currently, we have at least 99 contractual posts that are filled in addition to the establishment, appointed through the community library services and mass participation and sports development grant. The department is working tirelessly in reducing the number of contract workers and employing more permanent staff. Through the two grants, the department is able to strengthen its capacity to deliver sport, recreation, and library service. We currently have in our employ 2.2% as far as persons with disabilities are concerned, and we aspire to achieve the 4% target by 2026 and 7% target by 2030 as directed by the national government. We are at an advanced stage to close the gender parity gap as far as senior management posts are concerned. We are currently sitting at 42% of senior managers being women, which we are striving to ensure that we close the gap with the recent employment processes that are underway. Out of the total workforce of the department, 64% are women. In ensuring that we create more opportunities for young people, the department is sitting at 24.5% youth employment and aspire to do more in this aspect of recruitment to reach the standard of 30% by this new financial year. I have no doubt that we will reach. On program 2, culture, conserve and manage the heritage, cultural historical assets and resources of the province by rendering various services and hosting cultural events while fostering social cohesion and nation building. The program's objective also expands the preservation and promotion of the languages spoken in the province, including the recently installed 12 official language, the South African Sign Language, as part of the heritage of its citizens. This program has a total allocation of 273,300,000 rand for the 2024-2025 financial year and is funded from both equitable share and EPWP integrated grants. The cultural affairs program takes 63% of the total budget allocation. Included in the allocation are cost-related arts and cultural festival build-ups and the open-air music festival Kuluma Vukani, which you have attested or witnessed happening in all regions across the province, and also reinvest funds for the promotion and development of artists, commemoration of historic days, and the support of creative industry. At the same time, within the allocation, an amount of 2,049,000 rand is allocated for EPWP integrated grant. In increasing investment in a large-scale social and economic infrastructure plan, this program has received a major allocation for the construction of the much-awaited the provincial theatre. We are doing this, Madam Speaker, by making sure that indeed we align with the priorities as set by the President of this country to make sure that we accelerate all forms of the economic reforms, make sure that indeed we invest in infrastructure for inclusive economic growth, to make sure that jobs are created and we address the triple challenges of poverty, unemployment, and the inequalities. This theatre, therefore, will take 73.2% in monetary value. The project takes 200 million rand of the total program budget. We aim the same to create job opportunities through its construction and a more vibrant creative industry. This will also redress their unemployment as and when the project is completed. And I'm saying this precisely because we also have the job opportunities that will be created permanently. So we have the beautiful restaurants there, we have the bookshop there, and we are quite sure that more permanent jobs are going to be created. During the 2023-2024 financial year, the Cabinet successfully celebrated Freedom Day, Africa Day, the Heritage Day. Through this celebration, the Cabinet was able to reach out to 13,000 persons, of which 5,000 was for Freedom Day, 3,000 for Africa Day, and 5,000 for Heritage Day. During the celebration of the Heritage Month, the province collaborated with the National Department of Sport, Arts and Culture by recognizing the living human treasures that contributed immensely to the preservation of culture and heritage through their writings of books to share their stories and memoirs in promoting their African culture. The living treasures honored included, amongst others who are here with us today, Patrick Mahaisa, a poet and author in Xitsonga literature, and Dr. Thomas Hassan Chauke, a renowned Xitsonga musician. These celebrations continue to foster social cohesion and the promotion of national identity among the people of Limpopo. In this commemoration of the national significant days, the government managed to promote local cultural and instrumental artists, crafters, and poets, which included also the elite artists of the province, the likes of Dr. Winnie Mashaba, Pleasure Tamanyalo, Maredi, Eben Matida, Skomota, and others. The province also collaborated with the National Department of Sport, Arts and Culture in commemorating the National Reconciliation Day in Bembe District by ensuring that a total of more than 5,000 people are reached and that 350 artists are promoted through performances. The Cameroon will continue to commemorate these historic days during the 2024-2025 financial year. These commemorations are implemented the new model of Mapuwe Arts and Cultural Festival with more activities which were spread beyond the month of December of 2023. History was made when we successfully implemented Mapuwe Choral Festival, and we have the composer of the Mapuwe song who is here with us. Mapuwe Open Air Concert, Youth and Divers Festival, which was held in the dusty village of Rasipuku, which was a municipality, Ramutodi, Honorable Jerry Maseko. Mapuwe Video and Film Festival, exhibition of crafters, carnival walk, comedy and theatre night, and Mapuwe Rugby Cup, that which was the ultimate event of the 9th of March 2024. The Mapuwe Arts and Cultural programs commenced in the 5 districts of the province, where a conducive environment was created for 98% of our local artists to promote and showcase their talent through performances and exhibitions. The Mapuwe program currently encompasses all genres of the cultural and creative arts of the department, and no longer a one-week. Best feelings in the 5 districts, which attracted an increased number of young people who were also trained in the making of films for the first time ever. The developed filmmakers who showcased during the Mapuwe film and video represented the 5 districts in filmmaking and are as follows. Mago Mamhadi from Capricorn District, North in my backyard. Musiwa Makombi from Bembe District in Ghetto Eli. Matilda Matui from Mopani District in Always and Otherwise. And Tema Joseph from Waterbed District in Sarakano. We hope that in the coming installment, artists from Sikukune District will also look to form part of the film and video festival so that all districts will have representation in the industry. The department applauds the filmmakers in all districts for their passion, talent, and creativity in telling the stories of the rich heritage and culture of the province through films and documentaries. The making of local films is a building platform towards audience and content development for the full usage of the provincial theatre that will be completed by 2026, meaning that it will not be a white elephant. The March and the State Provincial Theatre has a huge potential of creating jobs opportunities in the creative industry, such as script writers, stage managers, costume designers, sound engineers, producers, actors, and many others in the center, which will boost not only the creative economy, but as well as the township economy holistically. This industry also leads to the establishment of the Limpopo Film Commission in partnership with the Department of Limpopo Economic Development and Tourism that will be used to promote and market Limpopo as a global destination for film production and facilitate investment in the film industry for the province, across the province of course, and even across the globe as part of building a better nation, a better Africa, and a better world. The Commission will also be responsible to facilitate the exportation and importation of Limpopo films that tell the good stories of its heritage and culture. This responds well to priority 2 of the manifesto of the governing party, in ensuring an increase in exports to global and continental markets, leveraging the African continental free trade area through BRICS and other international investment platforms. At the same time, Madam Speaker, the ruling party's chairperson of Sport, Arts and Culture Subcommittee, my predecessor, Honorable Muraga, took a step to engage all actors in the creative industry this past weekend in relation to the recently adopted Copyright Amendment Bill and Performance Protection Bill. This will go a long way in the protection of their creative work. Similarly, the Performance Protection Bill is earmarked to focus specifically on protecting the rights of performers, including actors, musicians, and other entertainers. It seeks to ensure that performers receive fair compensation and recognition for their contribution to artists' productions. By engaging with artists and stakeholders within the creative industry, Tandim Raga and the rest of the NEC led by President Cyril Ramaphosa are demonstrating a commitment to promoting the interests of creators and ensuring that their rights are protected under the law. This engagement was crucial for fostering a supportive and sustainable environment for artistic expression and innovation. Honorable Speaker, during the 2023-2024 financial year, the 4 theatre production houses from the province performed in the National Arts Festival in Grandstand in July 2023, and one of the plays in ovation. This is done through support provided to the creative industry, the implementation of the theatre film and video productions in the preparation of audience development. A total of 1,000 artists will be supported with training and capacity building programs, and 3,000 artists will be promoted through the implementation of government programs. Honorable Speaker, the museum is one of the 3 provincial museums, which is Kumanzal, Tata, and Mutiwabazonga, that are funded and managed by the department. The 3 provincial museums form part of 9 museums in the province that fall under the jurisdiction of local authorities, except the 3 mentioned, which are provincial museums. The department is at an advanced stage to make the museum to be operational during the first quarter of 2024-2025 financial year. In these 8 years of democracy, the provincial heritage sites of the province proves to be playing a significant role in preservation of the liberation struggle, which is our history and heritage. The National Resistance and Liberation Heritage Groups project that is being implemented in partnership with the National Department of Sport, Arts and Culture aims at commemorating, celebrating, educating, preserving, conserving, and providing a durable testament of the country's journey to liberation. The province has identified Stardust Lane, Battlefield, University of Limpopo, and Charter Heritage Sites as the provincial resistance liberation groups that will commemorate the province's history of the liberation struggle. To date, the government has completed the feasibility studies and implementation of the liberation groups in collaboration with the National Heritage Council, which will be witnessed in the coming years. On language services, amongst other things, our department is responsible for the promotion of our provincial languages. In this regard, we want to take this opportunity to thank the President of our country for having signed the amendment of the Constitution to make South African Sign Language one of the 12 official languages in our country. As Limpopo, we now have 7 official languages, making us the most multilingual province in South Africa, as reflected in the Statistics General 2022 report. It is important that multilingualism should be celebrated annually. If you are multilingual, you are never a stranger in your own country. It is therefore important for me to congratulate our provincial ambassadors of multilingualism who are at the recent Language Month events held in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal by the 10th South African Language Board won awards. They are Ntendo Mugagadeli, a Gender Boy poet and multi-award-winning Tsonga praise poet Masimita Shivambu Ndombia Mutonga. The cabinet will continue to roll out the multilingualism promotion campaign. In 2024 financial year, the cabinet has planned to implement 10 campaigns and promote indigenous languages. Gender-based violence and femicide is a profound and widespread problem in the country and in the province. This kind of gender-based violence and femicide is an unavoidable element and threatens the peace and stability of the province, which are striving to achieve through the approved Limpopo social cohesion and nation building strategy, which the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture is leading. We appreciate the Justice Minister, Ronald Lamola, who launched the first ever sexual offences court in Bembe in the outgoing administration. We will combat this pandemic until we are victors. In the 2024-2025 financial year, the department will increase the gender-based violence and femicide campaigns to 12 and community dialogue conversation to 25 respectively through theatrical performances to raise more awarenesses in remote communities. Program 3, which is library and archive services, this program has been allocated a budget of 243,358,000 rand in the 2024-2025 financial year, in contrast to the 243,243 million rand allocated in the previous financial year. The increase of 90,115,000 rand, or 85% increase, is unpaid budget is set aside under compensation of employees for librarians and library assistants who have now appointed on a full-time basis. Library and archive services has been allocated 29.3% of the total budget, as it is funded by both equity share and conditional grant. Within the allocations, an amount of 157,664,000 rand is for a conditional grant, which constitutes 25% of the total budget. The budget will be directed towards the construction of new libraries, maintenance and replace of existing libraries, buying of library books, provision of ICT infrastructure, free internet access to libraries, and appointment of libraries. We are doing this precisely because we want to honor one of the priorities to create 2.5 million jobs over the next 5 years. We must make sure that we procure goods and services to the communities. In Premier Statement, Matawa's 2024 State of the Province Address, there was a clear emphasis on elevating the status of sport, arts and culture alongside key infrastructure projects aimed at enhancing the province's cultural and intellectual landscape. This commitment included plans to refurbish and modernize existing infrastructure, such as libraries, so as to provide vibrant spaces for artistic expression and community engagement, 2.4%, and the cabinet is planning to make this long-awaited library to be operational during the first quarter of the 2024-2025 financial year. During the 2024-2025 financial year, the government will be continuing with the construction of 4 library projects at Fontaine, Saulu, Botshabelo, and Mambani, Masuku. By the end of February 2024, Saulu was at 20%, Mampani at 50%, Playfontaine at 63%, and Busarelo is at 20%. Honorable Rapani for this important strides to make sure that this infrastructure development is happening. These libraries are scheduled for completion in the coming financial year. In this financial year, the government has commenced the planning on the construction of the 3 new libraries at Bungeni, Makereke, and Makuva. The implementing agent for Department of Public Works and Infrastructure has commenced with the procurement processes of the appointment of the contractors for this library project, and the construction is expected to commence during the second quarter of the 2024-2025 financial year. During the next financial year, additional maintenance will be done to 10 libraries and 9 upgrades to enhance their functionality. During the 2023-2024 financial year, the department has procured 37,000 library materials and periodicals to increase the number of books in the libraries. The department has planned to procure another 25,000 library materials in this financial year and increase the number to 30,000. In the coming financial year, the department will embark on rolling out library outreach programs, which include the library programs in all the 5 districts of the province. This program usage and respected, feel safe and secure the public libraries and provided for learning and reading for the early childhood development phase through the establishment of toy library. The toy libraries provide for early learning materials and play days early learning sessions for children to access learning and safer spaces for growth and development. We also included braille books, audio recordings of new articles. In the province currently, we have 19 libraries that are providing specialized services for the visually impaired persons. We leave no one behind as we deliver services. We embrace all. On archive services, I'm pleased to report that our provincial archive is currently undergoing maintenance. The University of South Africa has been engaged to form partnership in relation to digitization project which will commence in 2024-2025 financial year. The digitization project will create a total of 6 job opportunities for our skilled young people in archival services to assist in the rollout of the project through the incentive grant to the expanded public works program. Our oral history program is afoot in the process of recording the history of our renowned military veterans who fought for the liberation and democracy which we are seeing today. The recordings of the oral history of our military veterans and traditional authorities are preserved and archived as part of our rich heritage of the liberation movement and rest. The department has planned to record and archive a total of 15 history of the military veterans and traditional authorities in the coming year for the preservation and celebration of the unique and diverse provincial history. Furthermore, 8 records and archive training will be conducted to government departments, local municipalities, traditional authorities to ensure compliant and excellent record keeping of the significant records of the department. Program Director on Sport and Recreation. The program has been allocated a total budget of 111,171,000 rand in the 2024-2025 financial year. The Sport and Recreation program allocation and is funded by both Equitable Chair and the Continental Grant. The allocated tournaments and leagues in all the 5 districts. The Limpopo Sport Confederation, under Katel Paul, who's here with us, has recommitted to reintroduce the annual Limpopo Games through the staging of the 11 district leagues in 11 characterized codes. The cabinet has also managed to reach 7,249 learners against the set targets of 6,000 learners participating in school sport tournaments at the provincial level. At the school sport regional championship, our learners have made us proud. The under 14 boys and girls received the gold medals in Murabaraba, and under 14 boys volleyball received gold medal respectively. In overall, the department has improved its performance in the school sport national championship, in which it has moved from position 8 to position 4. The department will be hosting the National Championships on Athletics in partnership with the Department of Education from 2024 to 26 March 2024. On mass participation through the half system, the department in the past financial year has increased the number of halves from 69 to 82. The department will continue to strengthen the half system to increase the participation of youth from the grassroots level. In preparation for the Netball World Cup, which was hosted in Cape Town, the department was able to host the 100-day celebrations, followed by activities of Netball Fridays. In addition, Limpopo hosted a successful Netball Trophy Tour from the 9th to the 13th of June 2023, which was led by the President of Netball South Africa and Africa, a renowned leader, Umbokoto, child of the soil, Messi Sigamlokwa. These were the activities leading to the successful Netball World Cup, which took place from the 28th of July to the 6th of August 2024. In the effort to increase participation in active sport, the department participated in a successful Kansas Marathon on 28 October 2023 at Peter Stadium in partnership with various stakeholders. In 2023-2024, annual sport awards were for the first time televised on SABC, with 14 athletes, coaches, managers, and federations being awarded in different categories. Among the winners, the Limpopo Baobab Netball team was among those who received the Team of the Year award. On the other hand, a renowned sport federation, Mary Luaba, led a successful inauguration Limpopo Women in Sports Award. It is here that women were recognized for their achievements in the sporting fraternity. For the first time in 8 years of democracy, the NEC Awards focused indigenous hardworking DJs who came from the 5 districts of the Limpopo province. The NEC honored the following people during the annual Limpopo Sports Awards, and some of them are here with us: Elizabeth Chikwambani, Judith Sakani, Tunu Nye, Ngobeni, Marcela Nkonyama, Franz Pedana, Elizabeth Kutswege, Ndidwaba Ana, Oshiwe Matilda Makunyani, Johannes Museka, Eric Badoi, Rofiwa Munandu, and Gulo Lawrence Marakiani. As part of celebrating 8 years of democracy during the 2024-2025 election year, the Parliament is planning to celebrate all national days through district farm walks. This is done to build an active citizenry in the fight against social ills. In the past financial year, the Parliament managed to support 900 school hubs and clubs in the province with equipment and attire. In the 2024-2025 financial year, to create a conducive environment for participation, the department will further provide 877 schools, hubs and clubs with equipment and attire. The department equally continues to contribute to the social and economic perspective through sport tourism. Together with the Limpopo Softball Association and East National Federation, Softball South Africa, the province hosted World Baseball Softball Committee Africa Syrian Men's Softball World Cup qualifiers games in Makwelele Stadium from the 29th of February to the 2nd of March 2024. The 3 countries, which is Lesotho, South Africa, and Botswana, competed. South Africa and Botswana qualified to represent Africa in USA and Canada, respectively. The Africa's top softball teacher, and Gabiso Apan from both Mulekani, Texas Softball Club, will be leading the South African national senior men during the WBSC World Cup qualifiers to be held in USA from the 17th to the 21st of February. The province is further hosting the National Softball Championship at Polokwane Cricket Field from the 23rd to 23rd of March 2024. Truly, Limpopo is the home of softball. Let us meet there to support our provincial team led by the first ever women's softball chairperson of the Limpopo Softball Association, Mayor Mohadi Muswas. Madam Speaker, world sport has now protruded, Honorable Munan, beyond the boundaries of being a special sport code for rich and famous people to now rural and semi-urban citizens. The department, together with Limpopo Golf Union and Golf RSA, hosted the World 660 South Africa Limpopo Series from the 3rd to the 10th of March 2024 at Polokwane Golf Course. 6 development teams participated, namely Toshiba Tigers, Mopani Leopards, Amulet Mambas, Ziriela Eagles, Polokwane Sharks, and Davies Bundle Bees. We district and local level to affiliate with the sport federation for them to receive structured support. We continue to be innovative in approach. The government is promoting nation building and social cohesion by hosting annual Mapungube Marathon on the 2nd of March 2024 and the first ever Mapungube Rugby Games on the 9th of March 2024. We are truly changing the narratives after 8 years of democracy. Truly Tinswalo can now participate and compete in all sporting codes, including rugby, cricket, and softball at local, district, national, and international level. Current Director, as we conclude, we want to echo the sentiments and the support as given by the Department of India to make sure that indeed you support the PSL teams from Limpopo, which is Polokwane City and Sukukule United. Your support did not happen unnoticed and not done. And it is through them that we can contribute to enjoy the PSL here in province when they play their home games. We continue to be proud of the recent Bafana heroic play at the Africa Cup of Nations, in particular players from Limpopo. Rand Stegana, Evidence Makopa, Ogri Mudiba, Kuliso Daru, Devi Motwa, and Zikri Modi. We are happy to have such players playing their trade at the highest level of their profession, embracing the flag of Limpopo and South Africa at the ultimate high. We have to Umato, the Boran Mamalepe, Amorana Mutaru, Nidama Aya, and Nufula Pali, who continue to raise the country's flag high in the Banana squad. They are also from here in Limpopo. We cannot end our speech without a special mention to Trevanya Kari, who was groomed by the sports academies of Limpopo, the Springboks Titan Top from Kalaboa, who benefited from the schools and Limpopo Academy of Sport programs in the province. We are proud of this champion who was at the forefront when the Springboks returned the World Cup here where it belongs. Madam Speaker, the sixth administration has come and it has now gone. But this success bears as a fundamental foundation instrumental in shaping the current seventh administration. Without social cohesion and nation building across, which cut across all the departments, the public will be dull and ill. Social ills begin when there is nothing entertaining or recreational available. Therefore, the department is rightfully poised to strike against all ills that hinder us from reaching the UN Millennium Development Goals and subsequently realizing peaceful the national development plan. Let us do more and be more instrumental in achieving our set goals. Let me give appreciation to the statutory and non-statutory bodies that are key stakeholders in our government. The artists in all their different crafts will truly make our department what it is today. The portfolio committee that keeps up on our tools, led by the Honorable Johanna Apiri, your standing well did not happen unnoticed. I also give gratitude to the staff of the Department of Sport and Agriculture, led by the ever-dynamic head of the department, who has been the cornerstone of our development, named Makuda Bekiramko. They recently took up the premier Chibuseli Makarata Makajacha Akadiwa Chukumarema Tewa. I thank you for entrusting me with the responsibility of leading this department. The ruling party of the ANC that required me to be here I am today, I want to echo the words of the president of the ruling party, Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, who during the launching of the manifesto said, we have achieved the impossible together, our biggest victories we have won together, Our biggest strides were made together, the odds were defied together, and so today we can say with certainty we will do more together and we'll do it faster together. Lastly, let me convey a sincere gratitude to my husband, my two children, and my immediate and extended family, who have been the pillars of my strength. Indeed, in sickness and in health, the family has carried me through. I therefore humbly present the 2024-2025 budget vote for the Department of Sport.
Thank you very much. The budget speech for Woolton, Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, is referred to the portfolio committee for consideration and to report back to the House. Let's move to item 8, select debate on Human Rights Day. And we shall now refer to the speakers list. The first speaker on the list is Honorable the first speaker on the list is Honorable Makoma. Honorable Makoma Appropriation.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, Mr. President, and Mrs. President today, the Chief Whip of the Majority Party, the African National Congress, Honorable members of this August House, esteemed guests of this legislature today, good day, Torena, Akshen Kana, Inifikani, Dimasiari, Slochi. I'm standing here today on behalf of the African National Congress to speak on a crucial topic that is gaining more attention today than ever before: human rights and human rights day. Madam Speaker, South Africa has no human rights month under the theme 3 decades of respect for and promotion of human rights. The main event will be held on the 21st March 2024 at George Charles Stadium in Chaplin, Gauteng, while the provincial event will be held at Limpopo Stadium in Limpopo. This year's theme aims to pay tribute to the 30th anniversary of freedom and democracy. Honorable Speaker, March month is a month also that we just commemorated International Women's Day on the 8th of March, whereby women around the world were rededicating and recommitting themselves to continue to fight towards the achievement of total women emancipation. And when they were commemorating the International Women's Day, they were shouting, I open quotes, imagine a gender equal world, a world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination, a world that's diverse, equitable, and inclusive, a world where difference is valued and celebrated. Together we can forge women's equality, and collectively we can all say freedom and democracy never started in 1994. 1994 was just achieved through blood and sweat, led by our freedom fighters, like Mandela, who said, I quote, "I'm not ashamed of anything I've ever done in the name of fairness and justice of my people." Close quote. Therefore, this debate is dedicated to the life and times of Madikizela Mandela, who as indeed did not die but multiplied. Madam Speaker, it is important for me to remind this August House that on the 21st March 1960, a massacre was committed by the apartheid system in Sharpeville. Historically, the Human Rights Day is for South Africans to remember the brutal killing of 69 innocent and armed civilians who were marching to the police station against the anti-black pass laws in order for that criminal element to never repeat again. We must also be reminded that Sharpeville was established in 1943 as a result of forced removal, people from Tocqueville by the apartheid government. Those forced removals began in 1958 with more than 10,000 Africans, which that forced removals contributed heavily to high unemployment and poverty. Furthermore, a new police station was built for which the police were just given specific responsibilities with the energy to check passes, deporting illegal residents, and raiding illegal schedules. Madam Speaker, in 1948, the United Nations defined 30 articles of human rights in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It is established universal human rights on the basis of humanity, freedom, justice, and peace. Human rights in South Africa are enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, Chapter 2 of the Bill of Rights. These articles of our Constitution cannot be changed willingly. They can only be changed by two-thirds majority in Parliament, which means it is difficult for anyone, including government, to take away the basic rights of the citizen. The Bill of Rights also comprehensively addresses South African history of oppression, colonialism, slavery, racism and sexism, and other forms of human violations. The Bill of Rights embeds the right of all people in our country in an enjoying affirmation of the democratic values of human dignity, equality, and freedom. Madam Speaker, while the African National Congress government is working tirelessly to move South Africa forward, to follow on the footsteps of our first democratic president, Baba Nelson Mandela, as he said, I quote, "Never and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience oppression of one by another." Close quote. We are disgusted by the behavior of some of us who sit comfortably in this legislature. Where just in February 2024, a member of this legislature had the audacity to go in Holland to support perpetrators of racism who beat and give our young men to the dogs just because it's black and even promote apartheid flag. This party is not even ashamed to launch a manifesto that says they want their apartheid back. As the African National Congress, we must just say we are proud of the ANC Youth League, who went all out to condemn this action of racism and on serious terms. We appreciate the justice as the refused perpetrator. We as well appreciate the work of our justice system who refused the perpetrator's bail. I'm repeating this because when the member of this legislature was asked a question, why are you supporting these people? She said, no, I'm here just to show support, no, so that these people can get bail, and no, there's no racism, because she doesn't know what racism means. Come here and tell us. On that note, I want to applaud the African National Congress Youth League, one of our own, our young man, when he said they believe the Youth League march would ensure people in town to know that the ANC is against racism and will help some of those who might be victims of racism to open up. More than this, there could be more cases where people are being harassed in jobs and factories. I'm actually International Justice Court against committing genocide in Palestine. Rights of the Palestinian people to exist are also human rights. We will not accept the same situation to develop in Palestine to exist in our country. Therefore, there must be peace for Palestinians to enjoy their human rights also. We must also remind the August House and the nation that it is the African National Congress, the ANC-led government, that ensure that the people of South Africa enjoy their human rights since the adoption of the Freedom Charter in 1955. Therefore, this is the time for the nation, and as an ANC member, I'm here calling upon South Africans, especially the people of Limpopo, to know that they must vote the right party, the African National Congress, on the 9th of May. And it is the only organization that conceptualized the human rights in 1995, the mega development of the Constitution in 1996, that guarantees the respect and for promotion of human rights, and continue to defend the gains, and will never rest until human rights, total human rights is achieved. Thank you so much.
The next speaker on the list
Thank you. The theme for this year, 30 years into democracy, is 3 decades into respect and promotion of human rights. The Bill of Rights is the cornerstone of our democracy, of all people in South Africa, and safeguards equality, freedom, and human dignity. Dignity is the recognition of the inherent worth and value of every human being. The South African Human Rights Commission is a Chapter 9 institution government by Section 84 of the Constitution, and affirms that water is life and sanitation is dignity. In 2014, it said HRC found that there was a lack of human rights-based approach to the delivery of water and sanitation services. That was in 2014. 10 years later, not much has changed. In fact, in the program, things have got worse. Some systematic failures in governance and budgeting, particularly in the implementation of spending on projects, point to the need for this government to evaluate the current models of governance and funding. These failures translate to lack of access to water and sanitation and violate the most basic human right of the most vulnerable. In its most recent report, the Commission affirms that not one and lack of demand, this is leading to the litigations at huge cost and loss of revenue. Deputy Speaker, that funds should be spent on preventative maintenance and upgrades to cope with the increasing demand. But our municipalities are struggling to keep up and keeping the system from collapsing. The lack of sustainability is exacerbated by the pollution from our defunct wastewater plant, where the raw sewage that comes in just flows into the plant and straight back out to rivers and ecosystems. The 22nd of March is World Water Day. To create awareness for the 2.2 billion people living without access to safe water, we are not a good example. The continuing decline in health services, which has led to payments of massive medical negligence claims, running into billions of rands, is also denying our residents the access to the right of quality health care. This honourable House must lead by example and simplify and monitoring to ensure compliance with legislation and minimum norms and standards. A concentrated action needed where we have to. And using the above apartheid era, as I will say for the voice from ANC failure after 30 years, these will have lost the battle already. I look forward to the day that the Premier of this province has put a
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, Honourable Premier, esteemed members of the Executive Council, of the Party, and also members of the House and the guests. Good morning or good afternoon. Honourable Deputy Speaker, annually this debate proves to be the most challenging despite the majority of our province dams being over 90% full. A significant portion of the population lacks access to water due to issues such as neglect and corruption. Preventing it from reaching households, the provision of safe, affordable, and dependable drinking water and sanitation services is fundamental to upholding basic human rights. Honourable Deputy Speaker, the basic human rights enshrined in our Constitution have not been upheld in the proper province for over 3 decades. Equality remains elusive as minorities continue to face the discrimination based on their race. Human dignity is disregarded. Evidently, the poor treatment of patients in hospitals, the value of life is diminished as reflected in alarming crime rates occurring in our society. The infringement of our human rights is evident, yet we retain the power to vote and alter our circumstances. Despite the violations, we have the ability to make a difference in the democratic process of voting. By exercising our right to vote, we can bring out positive change and protect our fundamental rights. Honourable Deputy Speaker, it is essential to provide equal opportunities to all individuals, regardless of race, to ensure a brighter future for everyone. The younger generation holds the key to our future, and by offering them the same chances as others, we can create a more inclusive and progressive society for all. Thank you.
The next chair of chairs, chairpersons of committees, and honorable members of this august house, leaders of the various opposition parties, present here, ladies and gentlemen. Prior to 1994, women's rights was a high in the sky for majority of people in South Africa, especially the indigenous people of our beautiful motherland. The oppressed majority were going to be black and Africans in the country. Honorable Deputy Speaker, in 1994, Honorable Maris was a member of the National Arch. He later became a member of the GE. Now he's a member of Freedom Front. I wonder how she characterized and caricatured the 30 years of democracy in this chameleon type of a life. I'm saying this because this is a debate about the human rights. The human rights which was not yet there during prior 1994. I don't think it's an abyss of truth by Honorable Ebeli that as the majority, indigenous people, the Africans and the blacks, we were subjected to atrocious policies of apartheid, which were led by your grandfathers and your grandmothers. The reason why we it can't be heard that now we can talk about water and sanitation. Those were the commodities that were reserved for the white only, not for us. It's only now, after the leadership of the African National Congress, that today she can proudly stand and say that water is a right, sanitation is a dignity. Those things were not there in their constitution. And now, because of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, one of 1996, they are enshrined there. And the Constitution remained the supreme authority in this country, which was not there because of the Group Areas Act, where people were subjected to scholars and squalid conditions in their homelands. Those things, but today, at least we have a freedom. You know what you have done during Stamford. You know what you have done, how many people you have killed in 1976. You know what has happened in 1956, of the march of the women led by Sharon Manteke, and the current sitting leader of the march, Sophie Bray. Those were the things that were happening. And now, upon attaining the freedom and the power as the African National Congress, we were able to intensify the transformation of our country in terms of the one which is representative of all the people. The reason why the Honorable Ms. Nake was talking about the social cohesion is because of the travesty of justice that we have imposed on our country. We are trying to deal with all the ravages that we have done on the vintages of the apartheid that we have imposed as a government. Today we are happy because the very same president, Cyril Ramaphosa, who is the president now, is the one who led this constitution now that probably you can quote. 30 years, before that, people were denied that the opportunities that were there. The life of today, after 30 years, is better than the 300 years that you had under apartheid. Today we are working on a country where black industrialists are contributing to the economic growth and development in our motherland. Today we boast South African black engineers and mathematicians, which were not there before that. All this of the right to choose a career, not before that where the blacks were only subjected to to become teachers, nurses, and the class. Now at least they can do anything that they like. That was not a good life that we will take power. As the African National Congress, we wanted to assure yourself that come the 30th of May, the African National Congress will continue transforming the socio-economic landscape of our province and empowering our people more opportunities, ensuring that they get their social grants, they get a free education, they have free access to health services, and all plethora of services that this caring government is doing. Unlike what your grandmother and your grandfathers have done to this country. Thanks very much.
We shall now move to item 9, consideration and adoption of the report of the Portfolio Committee on Cooperative Governance, Human Settlements and Traditional Affairs final mandate on housing consumer bill, being 10B2021, committee chairperson.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, members of the Upper House, guests in the gallery, a very blessed day. Honorable Speaker, in living up to the hopes, objectives, and aspirations of this Congress movement, that of building a better life for all, and emulating the perspectives of the Federal Charter, that there shall be houses, security, and comfort. The Housing Consumer Protection Bill B10B 2021 was referred to the Limpopo legislature by the National Council of Provinces. And the Limpopo legislature in turn referred the bill to the Portfolio Committee on Cooperative Governance, Human Settlements and Traditional Affairs. Honorable the Speaker, objects of the Housing Consumer Protection Bill states that the Housing Consumer Protection Bill seeks to repeal the Housing Consumer Protection Measure Act. Residents within institutional facilities such as hospitals, prisons, mixed-use residents, communal residents, timeshare and shared blocks, but exclude a hotel, a shop, and any dwelling unit without its own bathroom or kitchen. Honorable Speaker, the bill makes provision for reinvestment of a housing consumer, which may be deducted from an administrative fund paid by the home builder for losses incurred. The bill seeks to ensure adequate protection of housing consumer and effective enforcement regulatory mechanism of home building industry by entirely strengthening the protection of housing consumer, introducing effective enforcement mechanism, and prescribing appropriate penalties or sanctions to deter of non-compliance by home builders. It further seeks to address economic transformation of the industry through the introduction of provisions related to the warranty funds surplus, which may be utilized towards human settlements development, the establishment of a register of home builders, the requirements for registration, suspension of registration, and liability of an unregistered home builders or developer. Honorable Speaker, the Portfolio Committee received briefing by the SOP, permanent delegates and officials, and we then informed by the nature of the bill, as the Portfolio Committee were embarked on stakeholder mapping, and we further invited the relevant stakeholders to the public hearings. Honorable Speaker, following all this extensive engagement, the Portfolio Committee on Human Settlements, Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, we bring this bill the portfolio committee having considered the amendments made on C list and D version on the bill by the Select Committee on Cooperative Governance, Human Settlements and Traditional Affairs, Water and Sanitation, found that the amendments are not affecting the substance and principle of this bill. We therefore, in conclusion, Honourable Speaker, move that this report be adopted as a result of this August House, and the final mandate be referred to the NCOP to vote in favour of the bill. I move according to the Honourable President.
Thank you very much. Any second? Honourable Slamley.
Honourable Speaker, Senator Slamley of the ruling African National Congress. Honourable Speaker, on behalf of our forefathers and on behalf of the martyrs whose blood since nourished the tree of freedom, I stand here to support the Housing Consumer Bill as presented by Honourable.
Thank you very much. 9.2, motion for the ratification of the appointment of special delegates who attended NCOP plenaries. The Honourable the Chief Whip.
Household duties will carry out the standing rules and orders of the House. That together with Section 61, subsection 4 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa provide for the designation and the appointment of special delegates when the House is constituted. In line with these provisions, the following honourable members were appointed to attend the following virtual NCOP plenaries when the House was constituted. Question to the Deputy President, 12 March 2022. MEC Treasury, Honourable Speaker, Honourable Deputy Speaker, Honourable Chief. Consideration of the Select Committee on Finance report on the fiscal framework and revenue proposals and legislation. 18 March 2024, the MEC of Treasury, Honourable Chair of Chairs, Honourable M. Khanani, Honourable A.D.J. Therefore, Honourable Deputy Speaker, move that this August House will not ratify the appointment. The appointment of the above mentioned special delegates in line with the above mentioned policies. I move accordingly, Honourable.
Any second? Honourable Martin. Motion for the ratification of confederal or final voting mandate to the NCOP permanent delegates.
Honourable Deputy Speaker, on Tuesday, 12 March 2024, just after the House session, we received a report from the Portfolio Committee on Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure on the Appropriation Bill B23/2020. The final voting mandate for the bill was due on Wednesday, 18 March 2024. In light of the above, Rule 236 was invoked in order to allow the Honourable Speaker to confer a final voting mandate to the permanent delegates and to vote in favour of the bill. I therefore move that this August House resolve to ratify this mandate as already conferred in terms of voting precincts. I so move, Honourable.
Any second? Honourable Chair.
Thank you very much, Honourable Deputy Speaker. I will initiate to second the motion is for the majority. Thank you.
9.4, the motion for the designation of special delegates to attend NCOP plenaries.
Thank you again, Honourable Speaker. The NCOP has sent two plenaries which requires provincial teacher delegates to attend.
first plenary scheduled for today, the 19th March 2024, at 14 hours. I therefore move that this August House designated Honorable Bashir or SP, Honorable Marcel MC, and Honorable Namani and SP, which were attended as special delegates in terms of household duties, something well. The second plenary scheduled for the 26th of March 2024 at 14 hours. Again, Honorable Speaker, I move that this August House designated the following honorable members to which were attended this plenary. Honorable Magawa MA, Honorable Marcel SB, and Honorable Salani CBD. In terms of household duties, I so move Honorable
Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Dad.
I, hereby rise to second the motion as raised by Honorable the Chief Whip of the
Thank you very much. Any announcements? Chair of Chess.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable members and guests, lunch will be served at the new town camp in our stadium, and you are all invited.
Thank you very much. The House is subject to Tuesday, 26 March 2024, 10 o'clock, here at 21 The House is subject.